I'm good. I'm good. Am I good to go or am I going or no?
Hey!
Am I going back in or no?
Come here. Boy! Come on, weather the storm. Weather the storm. Come on now.
Hurricane is all we need.
To take one play. Purdy. A lot of room now. Odin up over the middle. Oh, what a catch by Kittle. Are you kidding? George Kittle.
Welcome to the Calvin Dean Show. My name is Calvin Dean. It's championship weekend, people. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm excited, you know. Yeah, we had super wild card weekend. Then we had divisional playoffs. And now it's championship weekend. We're down to 4 teams. 4 teams. 28 teams that did not make it. Think about that one. 4 teams left. And we will find out who will be in the Super Bowl late Sunday night. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting weekend. We have 4 amazing teams. Amazing teams. And they all deserve to be there. You know, we have the first game is just going to be amazing. The San Francisco 49ers and Philadelphia Eagles, both very deserving to be there. And then the last game, we have the Bengals going into Kansas City and playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, man, these 2 games are so exciting to think about. Exciting. Let's go over a little bit about divisional playoffs. Just the Giants, I looked at the films from the Giants and Minnesota. Right? And then I looked at the films with the Giants in Philadelphia. It's just the Giants had so much emotion going into the Minnesota game. You just saw it in their faces, saw it in their play. I mean, Daniel Jones was just, he was out of his mind, played out of his mind. It just looked on. You know, the whole entire team, defense, holding the Minnesota Vikings to 62 yards and rushing, holding Jefferson to 47 yards and 7 catches, the top receiver in the NFL. I mean, yeah, really, think about that, guys. Think about that. And then they go into the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm not downplaying how the Eagles played. They played amazing. Hats off to them. They literally led the league in sacks with 70 sacks. Now, mind you, they didn't have the schedule like a Mahomes or Cincinnati or Buffalo or even San Francisco. They just didn't have that schedule, you know, some of these, these stats that Philly came up with, you look at their schedule. They had literally the weakest schedule in the NFL. I'm just being honest. Not putting anything down, but when you see 70 sacks, well, you played 70 sacks against who? You know, you have to look at it that way, guys. You just have to. Yet, hats off. I mean, they are incredibly a good team. No doubt. They are. Jalen Hurts, 3rd year, awesome. You know, Brock Purdy, woo, man, rookie, 7-0. Wow. 49ers, 12 wins in a row. But, you know, it's just, and then you go to Buffalo and the Cincinnati Bengals. My buddy Marlon loves those Bengals. He's like, they're going to win. And sure enough, they won. But the thing of it is that the Buffalo Bills they emotionally spent. They were emotionally spent. They played their worst game of the season. I just didn't get. They just didn't look good. Everyone was off. Everyone, the whole entire team. And I think that's emotions. You're talking about kids that are in their 20s, some 30s, but mainly 20s, you know, and DeMar Hamlin was there. He was in his own box, and that was emotional. I mean, the crowd went nuts when they showed him in the box. That was amazing. But, you know, it's just so much, you know, and the kids can just take so much. And they, like I said, they look spent, and, you know, they're just going to have to regroup. They're going to have to get a pass rush. I mean, not having Von Miller was a huge deal, you know, especially look at the Cincinnati Bengals, how they persevered. Think about it. They have 3 linemen out. They have the left tackle out, the right tackle, and the right guard. All hurt. 3 brand new offensive linemen. You know, and they beat the Buffalo Bills with that. And the Buffalo Bills could not get to the passer. Wow. Think about that one, guys. Really. We are talking Buffalo Bills, the top defense in the land. Until then, they couldn't run the ball. Their passing, Josh Allen was adequate at least. He tried to put the game on his shoulders, but it just wasn't going. No one was playing to their potential. That's for sure. No one was on that team. So that team was and then you have the Dallas Cowboys playing the San Francisco 49ers. Once again, Dak Prescott. If you're talking about trading people, talking about what do we need to get over the hump, well, they signed a $160 million contract with Dak Prescott. So I don't think Dak is going anywhere. He should be, but he isn't. And the Dallas Cowboys, once again, their defense looked just awesome. They held a high-powered offense of the 49ers to 19 points. Got to say something up to that. They were really playing well. But, the 49ers just played better. Their defense, 2 interceptions from Dak Prescott, 2 balls that should have never been thrown. That's number 1. But, it's the great defense. Ward was hiding, and then, Warner. Warner, interception. There was one play, was an interception. And now, mind you, Warner on the San Francisco 49ers, he's a linebacker. He's a linebacker, guys. He was running with CeeDee Lamb down the middle, and he was in front of him. And Dak Prescott threw it, and Warner knocked it down. A linebacker running with a wideout. That's how good the San Francisco 49ers are in defense. That is how good. And mind you, the Philadelphia Eagles, they haven't met anything like this all year round. They haven't met an offense like the San Francisco 49ers, nor have they met a defense like the San Francisco 49ers. They just haven't done it. Wow, the games, divisional playoff weekend, hats off to all the teams that made it. In all reality, the Jags played so tough. Mahomes going down, right? High ankle sprain. Wow. And then Henny came in, drove the team down. Henny, backup quarterback, drove the team on a 70-some-odd yard scoring drive. And, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're built. That's a machine. That is a machine. And what about Kelsey? 2 touchdowns. You could triple team Kelsey and still lose. He is the X factor. The X factor. great route runner, knows where to be in the zone. I just don't see anyone that can really cover him, other than maybe the San Francisco 49ers defense. That's the only defense I can see that could actually cover the man, But the Jags, man, they played out of their minds. I mean, really. I mean, they had that one fumble it was in the fourth quarter, and Trevor Lawrence threw it, I think it was like on the 4-yard line, and Agnew tried to make a cut and for extra yards, and he fumbled the ball. That was huge because, with that touchdown, that would have been a tie game at the end of the game, and they would have been into overtime. It would have been a different game. I'm telling you, I told everyone that the Kansas City Chiefs were just praying that Jacksonville wouldn't beat the Chargers. They were praying, and I was right. The Jacksonville Jags gave a Kansas City Chiefs a run for the money, gave them a scare. They left stuff up on the field. They're young, but watch out for the Jacksonville Jags next year, guys. Watch out. Trevor Lawrence is awesome. That whole team is so good. And that defense near the end of the season looked awesome. Hats off to them. On the other hand, the Giants, there's talk right now. They're keeping Jones. I believe they're going to sign him in a contract. They'll probably franchise tag Saquon Barkley. And, they're just going to have to go out and get some really great receivers for Daniel Jones to throw to. They're going to have to really go look hard, maybe even a tight end, and shore up the defense, like the backfield of the defense. So they have holes. But Daboll, man, hats off to Daboll, man. Brian Daboll, wow. I can't believe he took that team to 9-8-1 at the end of the season and took them into the playoffs, won the first playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings, and then looked terrible. It's like the Giants didn't show up. And they didn't, really. If you look at the film between the Minnesota Vikings and then the Philadelphia Eagles, you will see Giants looked spent. They just didn't look like they were in Minnesota. I know Minnesota wasn't as good as the Philadelphia Eagles, but on the other hand, they weren't playing with that, that just grandeur, that they weren't playing like that, like they did against Minnesota, and they lost. They looked silly. Really they did. They looked silly. And Cincinnati, hats off to Cincinnati for going into Buffalo, beating Buffalo. Joe Cool looked awesome. Jamar Chase looked just incredible. I mean, they're a good team, man. They are a really, really good team. And mind you, they've beat the Kansas City Chiefs 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row. Think about that one, right? And wow, it's near the end of the season, guys, end of the season. But let's first, before we dive into the championship weekend, which is going to be fun, let's give it up to, ready, the drink of the week with Mick's Cocktail Hour.
I'm going to start with tomato juice, 4 full ounces mango nectar. This is 3 ounces. I don't know how you pronounce this.
It's sriracha.
A quarter of an ounce of this. We're going to be putting in the juice of 1/2 of a lemon and the juice of 1/2 of a lime. We are going to put in some rum, 2 ounces. We got to shake this guy. This is tahini. That should cure your hangover right there.
Ooh, spicy. This is delicious.
Wow. I mean, that Mick's Cocktail Hour, man. I mean, wow. I love those guys. Love Dean Blagg, you're the best. Tammy Scott, wow. I mean, I am going to pour that drink on Sunday, man, and I'm going to watch those games. I'm going to have so much fun, man. They are just You got to watch that show. Go to the link below. Mixed Cocktail Hour. Subscribe. Turn your notifications on for that show. They are just amazing. And mind you, what about the Calvin Dean Show? Subscribe. Notifications on. Like. Comment on this championship weekend and win a shirt, a Super Bowl shirt from last year. The Los Angeles Rams Mixed Cocktail Hour has given us 3 more shirts to give away. And all you need to do is comment, predict which team's going to win, and you win a shirt. Why not? And guess what? Super Bowl, the person who picks the Super Bowl winner gets a hat from NFLshop.com of their choice, their team. And that's a pretty big, they are fitted hats, guys. Amazing. This is going to be fun. Ready, guys? Let's start it. Championship weekend starts right now. Woo! Wow, I love this stuff, man. It's so much fun. Oh, man. We have the first game. We have the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuels, George Kittle. And what about that catch of George Kittle? Oh, my. That is going to go down in the history books as one of the greatest catches in playoff history. Wow. I mean, one-handed grab. He's all that and then some. He is. I mean, he's hard to stop. So let's just dive right into this game, guys. Right into this game. Ready? Let's go. All right. We have the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the San Francisco 49ers are 5th offense in the league. The Eagles are 2nd, guys. 2nd, right? The defense of the San Francisco 49ers ranked 2nd in the NFL. 2nd. But guess what? The Eagles' defense is ranked 3rd. 3rd now. The passing of the Eagles is 9th. And the passing for the 49ers is 13th. 13th. All right? The Eagles' running attack is 5th. And the San Francisco's running attack is 7th. So on paper, mind you, it's literally a tie here, guys. I mean, literally, you have the Eagles 2nd in offense, the 49ers 5th, and then even the defenses 2nd and 3rd. Now, mind you, like I said in the beginning of the show, it's all about the schedule of the Eagles and being ranked 3rd with all this. They had the number 1 sacks, 70 sacks in the regular season. 70, guys, sacks. Wow, that's something. And the San Francisco 49ers are they do have that great defense. They really do. I think the 3rd ranking defense for the Philadelphia Eagles is a little suspect because of their schedule, their actual schedule. Oh, and I'm just going back to that. You have to. But Jalen Hurts looks great. Goddard looks great. Sanders looks great. A.J. Brown, Smith, their defense is just amazing. Their offensive line, give it up to the offensive line against the New York Football Giants. Man, they were just great. Lane Johnson, amazing. So, guys, they're a good team. I just wish they would have had a better schedule. I think that would have been, more of eye-opening if they had a better schedule, with the defense and the rankings and stuff. I think probably most likely they'd probably be ranked in the top 10 in defense, maybe 9 or 8, and same with the offense, So you have to, when you're calling games like this, you have to look at both sides of the ball. You have to look at the side of talent, and then you have to look at the side of who they played during the season and who the San Francisco 49ers have played, right? The 49ers definitely had a harder schedule, that's for sure. And now, Niners have won 12 straight games. Once again, the Niners have won 12 straight games. Wow. 12 straight games. Brock Purdy, last player to go. The last player, not the last quarterback. The last player in the 2022 NFL draft was Brock Purdy. I mean, where are the other teams? Why didn't they see what the San Francisco 49ers saw? And think about it. He's the last player of the draft, and he stayed on that team. He stayed in the quarterback room. They didn't put him on the practice squad. He was with the squad, guys. You gotta be hats off to the San Francisco 49ers and their, the scouts and the GM and seeing talent. And then Brian Griese, the quarterback's coach. Give it up for Brian. I mean, what he's done with that team, Kyle Shanahan, losing your number one quarterback. Bringing in a number two, which he really is a number one, Jimmy G, right? Jimmy G gets hurt. And then you're on your third string quarterback. You're on a rookie. A rookie, guys. Wow. I mean, that's just, and to be able to take a rookie and win 7 straight games, 2 games in the playoffs so far, it's just, I'm telling you something. That Kyle Shanahan, Brian Griese, hats off to you guys. You really, I think Brian Griese is one of the best quarterback coaches in the game, and Kyle Shanahan should be the coach of the year. I think he should. I really do. Or either him or Daboll. Daboll to bring the Giants to where no one had ever predicted Giants to go as far as they did. And hats off to them, that's for sure. This game is going to be a good game. I think this is going to be a defensive battle. It could be an offensive battle. I think more of a defensive battle. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a good defense. I really do. They're number 3. I think they're maybe number 7 or 8, 9. But they're number 3 because their schedule. The San Francisco 49ers are number 2. I think they should be number 1. With their schedule and the way they played and all that talent. I mean, there's going to be a lot of talent on the field this coming Sunday. I think Nikki's Niners, yeah, Nikki, I know I haven't mentioned you in a while because you've been in your veil because of Jimmy G, your heartthrob, but maybe Brock Purdy, Nikki, huh? You getting number 13 jersey for you, huh? Giving up the 10 jersey for Brock Purdy, huh, Nikki? My friend Nikki up in San Francisco, she's a diehard San Francisco fan. And Nikki, hun, I'm about to call a game. You got to listen to this. This is all for you, Nikki. It's all about you. Nah, come on, guys. So, the first game on Sunday, going to give it up to the San Francisco 49ers is going straight to the Super Bowl. San Francisco 49ers over the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, what a call. The next game is going to be epic. We have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have won 3 straight games from the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 straight games. We have Patrick Mahomes with a high ankle sprain. Andy Reid has told everyone Patrick Mahomes will be playing on Sunday. Now, mind you, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP of the league, guys. He is the MVP of the league. Look at his stats. amazing stats. He is one of the best pocket passers in the game. Now, he does like running the ball out of the pocket. Mind you, he has done that many a times. This game, he won't be because of his ankle. But who knows? You never know about Patrick Mahomes. I mean, these guys they'll shoot his ankle up with some cortisone. They're going to painkillers. You know, he's going to be all doped up and painkillers and stuff. And who knows? Maybe he won't be, but he probably will be. So, you know, you have these two great teams. We have the offense, okay? The offense of the Kansas City Chiefs is ranked number 1 in the NFL. Number 1, guys. The offense for the Cincinnati Bengals is ranked 15th. The defense of the Cincinnati Bengals is ranked 7th now, and the defense for the Kansas City Chiefs is ranked 12th. Now we have the passing. The passing for the Cincinnati Bengals is 7th. Joe Burrow is 7th in the NFL, and that's true 7th. You know, they've been playing some great teams. If they played the schedule of Philadelphia, he'd be ranked probably 2nd or 1st. But they're ranked 7th. The passing for the Kansas City Chiefs, guys, number 1. One more time. The Kansas City Chiefs passer ranking in the NFL is number 1. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. And man, they are a true number 1 because the schedule they play, it was rough. The only thing that these two teams, mind you, the only thing that these two teams lack is a true high-powered running game. Now, Joe Mixon and Pirine, their running game's ranked 29th. That's the kicker right there, guys. Mixon, Pirine ranked 29th in the league in rushing. 29th. And then you have the Kansas City Chiefs ranked 20th. They're not too far behind, but they're ranked 20th. A little bit better than 29th, that's for sure. You have Pacheco, you have McKinnon. I mean, you have Kelsey with the passing, and you have Juju Smith-Schuster, and you have Scanling. I mean, you can go on and on and on with that team. But it's all about Patrick Mahomes. He is the best out there right now. He is the best this year, that's for sure. And Patrick Mahomes, I mean, he looks good. He looks really, really, really good. So all I can tell you is this. This game, Cincinnati Bengals have won 3 in a row against the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 games in a row. Wow. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one for the Kansas City Chiefs. They've lost 3 in a row to the Cincinnati Bengals. But if you look at the stats, all right, and you put everything together, I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs look better. They just do. Scoreboard, you know. They were the number 1 seed in the AFC. Number 1 seed in the AFC, guys. They played some heavy hitters. Chargers, Buffalo. I mean, they played some heavy hitters. You know, it's different now, man. This is championship weekend. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals were in the Super Bowl last year with the Los Angeles Rams. Where are the Los Angeles Rams this year? Wow, you know. But look at the Cincinnati Bengals, guys. That's what we're talking here. Cincinnati Bengals. All that I just spoke about, we're just right back to Cincinnati Bengals. Who is playing to get back into the Super Bowl? The losers of the Super Bowl last year in SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles. They'll lose. And you know what? The only reason why they lost it near the end of the game, Aaron Donald making that amazing play, and Joe Burrow almost completing that one pass. It was close, guys. Just if he would have gotten that pass off, I think they're one pass away from making it to the Super Bowl. I really do. And this game is it's going to be a fun game to watch. Very good game. Two great teams. It's going to be in Kansas City, so you got 3 points right there for the home team, right? But then you have the Kansas City Chiefs losing 3 games in a row to the Cincinnati Bengals. So it's like doing this, you know. But with Patrick Mahomes, the MVP, being hobbled, guys, just hobbled with that ankle. And then the Cincinnati Bengals, they're going to come after him. And if they come after him, he's not going to be able to get away. They might have to put Henny in just to, come back. But the Cincinnati Bengals are really good. And I'm telling you, what Kansas City is this. Usually Kansas City pulls out in front of teams. They usually go out in front and they start playing well. Usually. Sometimes they play from behind and they come back. But usually they are out in front of the team. And then that defense with Jones, and they just, the passing, how they rush the passer with Jones and everyone else, that's just amazing. Now, will the Bengals hold these Kansas City Chiefs defensive line back? I think, I'm telling you something, they're not going to meet a team that's spent like Buffalo, like emotionally spent. They will not meet that type of team. No. Andy Reid's Kansas City Chiefs, they are a machine. They're a machine. They have that killer instinct. And that's what Andy Reid said today. They have that killer instinct, that whole entire team. So, guys, this is going to be the last call before Super Bowl Sunday. Ooh, can't wait to that one, Arizona. The last call is going to, ready? The Cincinnati Bengals are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Marlon, your Cincinnati Bengals are going to upset the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, giving it up to the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to be back into the Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers. Wow. What a championship weekend. We have the Niners and we have the Cincinnati Bengals both winning, going to the Super Bowl. That's going to be one heck of a Super Bowl. It's going to be fun to watch. Fun to watch, guys. Okay, we always do this at the end of the show. Beginning of the show, we have Drink of the Week. End of the show, we give it up to Mixed Cocktail Hour.
3.
Welcome.
Yeah, where's Tammy?
Wow, I love those guys. Dean Blagg, love you. Mixed Cocktail Hour, you're the best. NFL Network, bravo. NFLshop.com, wow. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Calvin Dean Show. Remember, comment, turn your notifications on, subscribe, win shirts, win hats. This weekend is going to be huge. Remember, guys, comment, turn your notifications on, subscribe to the Calvin Dean Show, and you will win either a shirt or a hat. Either or, guys. Why not? Just comment. turn your notifications on, subscribe, and you got it made. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into the Calvin Dean Show. I will see you. Yes, I will see you in a couple weeks for the Super Bowl, man. This is going to be wow. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Thanks for tuning in. Calvin Dean. Later, guys. Wow.